da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Back. There we go. Dink, dink, dink. Alright, we appear to be live. Sure that's refreshed there. Alright, we are cooking. Hi everybody. Caddie here with you tonight, feeling a tiny bit warm right now. We had been going air conditioner free, but decided to go back to it. Aw, thank you for the biddies, sweetie. I really appreciate. That's a lovely way to start off my stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We had been Windows as opposed to air conditioners for the last almost a week, but decided that it hit 78 in here, and I was kind of sweating, and I was about to put a face oven on, so I was like, all right, it's going to be 81, 82 for the next couple of days. I might as well have the cold box on, especially since we're going to have company. I don't want to roast out our guests. That would be mean of us. And hello, Nepal. Welcome in, good plushie. Good to see everyone. I had a bit of a week. I know I mentioned last Monday about the insurance, saying that I need to do things around the house, and I have done pretty much everything they've asked as of Wednesday, so that's good. With a potential needing to deal with a tree, but my insurance agent says that she's going to try and get them to not have to have us deal with that tree because it's not a tree on our property. If they still say yes, I am going to get up on the extension ladder with the handheld chainsaw and hack at the tree. But, yeah, we will see how that rolls. She said on Friday, don't do anything until I contact you back. For now, just don't worry about the tree. So, for now, not dealing with the tree. I ditched a Metalink app recently. Elver is the last bit of PCVR for me. Metalink is dying. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Or is that good or is that bad? I am not sure. Hopefully that's good. I don't know if that means good or bad, dear, but hopefully it's good. Bad. Metalink has been crashing. Oh, I'm sorry. Then that is bad. I am sorry. So Monday I did most of the cleanup around the front of the house. That means I cleaned all the front gutters, trimmed the big ass bush that was touching the front of the house, trimmed all the regular bushes, cut down a couple of knot trees. Alver gives me a bit more frames, however. Well, that's good then. That's a little bonus. But I still had to deal with a lot of the stuff I trimmed off in the front yard. It had to go somewhere. So since the trash can had been taken Monday by the trash people, I was able to then wheel that over next to the pile of branches and shit, which I'm not supposed to put in my trash can. Just to put that out there. I'm not supposed to put that in my trash can. So I cut up pieces as much as I could and I shoved it at the bottom of the trash can, leaving me enough space to put in this week's garbage bags, which I need to put in there after stream night, wheel out to the curb because garbage night is messed up this week due to the holiday. It's fine. We'll deal with that. And I cut up the rest of the schmutz into small pieces on Tuesday as well from the front yard and piled up behind the bushes so I could take very good, pretty photos of the front of the house, showing how good of a job I did, and my insurance agent said the house looked pretty. So I did good. And Tuesday I also then started in the backyard. I went and hacksawed everything I thought I could with both the hedge saw and the chainsaw. Chopped up anything I thought would potentially be annoying them, especially around the house, including some of the stuff around the back perimeter of the fence where I'd been kind of ignoring it a little bit on purpose because it was annoying. But I hacked down pretty much everything I could and made it look, in my opinion, pretty decent. I even got out the big old broom, took care of all the leaves on the back patio, all of the growth I cut off and whatnot. I pushed it all away, even moved the big table, pushed under there. It wasn't a perfect job, mind you. There's still some dirt in part of the paver section of the back patio, but I might get that later with the power washer. We'll see how I feel. But after I finished with that, I was too tired to keep going, and I just cut there on Tuesday. Wednesday, I went back out in the backyard, and by now I am hella sore, because this is now fourth day of work in the backyard, in the yard, in a row. Cleaned out all the back gutters, moved the second table in the back patio over and cleaned all the schmutz that was just kind of under it, cut the last bits of any greenery that was growing back there that I realized was still actually attached, and tried to get as many little stumplets out that had grown in between the paver stones as I could. I think I made it pretty clean. I'm moderately happy with how that turned out. And swept up as much as I could. Now, I'm going to wait for everybody to come back from the ad to get to the scary thing. But I'll babble a little bit here longer. I skipped mowing the backyard. The backyard looked short enough grass-wise, and it wasn't going to show up in the photo anyway, so I figured I'm going to cheat and not deal with that, which is fortunately not a problem. But I did clear out all the brush in and around where the air conditioner compressor is and up to the square where the two big trees are, because that's a blocked off area. That's a growth zone. So I'm allowed, in my opinion, to have that area be kind of grown over. Also, I don't care one way or the other. If someone was going to complain about that, I would just keep going in there with the chainsaw and the hedge saw until everything was dead but those two big ass trees. I have no love for any of that. It just grows and I can't do anything about it, so fuck it. There we go. Yum, dinner ate. Yay, I am glad. Hopefully it was a tasty dinner there, my sweet plushie. And the ad is over. Okay, now to the scary part. I was just finishing the first part of the rear gutters. It goes around the back of the garage, from the pointy end at the end, all the way around to edging back in towards over the back people door that getting into the back of the house. And since I was up there anyway, I just looked and saw, the dryer vent looks pretty clogged. I might as well, since I'm up here on the ladder anyway, pop that bad boy off, clean out all the schmutz, and make sure that's A-okay, good to go. Now there's some spider webs back there, so I just kind of mashed them away with my trowel, and it looked like everything was clear. Popped the thing off, there's there's still some spider webs and leaves hanging off here. It's okay, it's not bothering me. So I was in there, I was cleaning off the gray dryer lint out of the little baskety thing on the end of the vent hose thing outside of the house. And all of a sudden, something is touching my pinky finger. The one that's holding, that is not currently holding the dryer vent thingy. There is a very large brown spider upon my person. Its body length, not the feet, the length of its body was a good 1.5 inches. Its ass was a good 1/2 inch wide, from looking down on it. And it was a light brown. Now, in the part of the country where I live, there are 2 kinds of brown spiders you will possibly find on the outside of your house in these kinds of locations. Neither of which is fun. No kidding. Oh my God, I'd have noped out of there so fast. I was on a ladder at the time. I was up on a ladder when this was happening. So, neither of these 2 spiders is pleasant. A wolf spider, now that's a pretty damn badass bite. That would rank right up there with a wasp sting. Not fun. The other brown spider, that would be about that size, would be the brown recluse. And that one has necrosis venom. So if it bites you, whatever the venom touches is non-regenerative cells. It generates death wherever it pokes. It's not going to kill you, but it might leave a dent in wherever it ends up. And this is on my pinky finger. I thought quickly. I had a dryer vent lid in my hand, and I flapped it against the spider. And the spider went flying and then ran underneath the edge of the house. And in my opinion, he's over there now. He's not upon my person any longer. He is gone. He did not bite me, fortunately. But damn, that was scary. So I was mostly finished cleaning the vent box out, cleared it out real quick, jammed it the hell back up there, and then climbed back down off the ladder. So where do you live now? Midwest, Indiana. I was glad I did not get bitten. I'd already finished the gutter at that point on that section. So I just snapped that damn thing back into place. And I moved the ladder over to the last little section of gutter over on top of the kitchen window. Fortunately, no more spiders. The rest of that went pretty darn cleanly. I even got some of the moss that had been growing on that little chunk of rooflet over the kitchen window. The structure still seems pretty secure, so I'm not too worried about that's going to be a problem anytime soon. But yeah, that was kind of scary, and I agree, Nepal. Had I not been up a ladder at the time, I would have been noping the hell out of there. Fortunately, this was not one of the moments of the working in the backyard where I had a chainsaw in my other hand. 'Cause, yeah. But no other real scaries. I definitely, over those 4 days of being out there, got quite a few mosquito bites on my arms. I was wearing long pants the whole time, but no socks, so I had a couple of on my ankles, like that little gap between my foot, my shoe, and my pant leg. I got at least one bite down there. I got quite a few bites from the edges of my t-shirt sleeve all the way down to the back of my hand, and at least one on a finger. I don't know how they managed that without me noticing, but, you know, go mosquitoes. I hate all of you. Most of those are pretty clear at this point. I'm not getting any real itch from any of the bug bites. What I am getting itch from is all of the different random vegetation reactions. I'm not sure what all growths are out there, but mosquito suck, I hate them too. Absolutely, they're evil little critters. So I don't know what all vegetation I took out. I know there's quite a few that can cause irritation. Yeah, I don't worry. I actually find the pun good on that one. But as of last night, I realized I had a couple of vegetation-related itchies that had just cropped up. A couple of splotches down by the waist of my pants. Ew. And some underneath my moobs. I'm like, oh, good. I really needed weird, itchy red dots underneath my chest and where my underwear line is. This is perfect. Thank you, vegetation. I appreciate your existence. So, dealing with that right now. Good news, though. We have been until like 5 minutes before I started stream living with windows open for about a week, which has actually been really nice. Temperature outside, the high had been like 71 most days. And since we've been having the thermostat set to 76, it was therefore colder outside than inside. Yeah, that's math for you. That's how math works. And opening up all the main windows that we get a good suck in and out of really did help. Back that up with fans and any ones that I could squeeze them into. Fopsy is doing something. I have no idea what. I think it's cleaning related. Did you use Linux before? Ah ha 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 ha. Cute. Been having burning desire to play Pokemon TCG lately. I could try and play Pokemon TCG. I do have a few card players near me that I could bother about that, but I got loads of cards, but I don't know if I really feel like it. So, yeah. Happy that most of that's taken care of. And all of our yard areas are pretty well sorted. I did actually finally finish both the hamburger, the manwich that I made, and the chicken noodle soup today. So those both finally got cleared out. Both lasted quite a long time. We made equivalent of 3 pounds of meat of manwich. So that made a hell of a lot of sandwiches and other things. I finished off the last of it with rice because I had some rice in the fridge. I was like, let's spread this out a little bit and just clear myself out good. I played the GBC compatible game and took on the grass club. I find the club members cheat a lot. That's fair. I'm still playing Borderlands 3 and still enjoying that. Is excellent. Nepal and I decided we are going to start in Borderlands 3 next Sunday because she's never played that. And it's a fun story. May or may not do the DLC from that in the end. We'll see how she's feeling. If she's really enjoying it, maybe. If she's not enjoying it, not worth telling her she should spend money on that. We had a lot of issues yesterday in Borderlands 2. Mostly her game crashing when we were doing boss fights. And since we're playing off of her game, as soon as her game would crash, I get booted. Though I also was getting occasionally just full on black screens on the game randomly, and at least once mine just flat out closed for no apparent reason in the middle of playing the game. So there may have just been something going on with their co-op play situation last night. It's hard to say. But it was a good enough excuse since we were not really feeling the playthrough to DLC's situation. We're going to hop on over to another game and play that for a while. Besides, Borderlands 3 has got a lot of nice upgrades. Did you do an integrity check on Steam? Not last night, but honestly, the fact that we made it through everything but the last thing we finally quit on after 3 tries against Pistons Blimp, it was just one of those, yeah, I think we're just having a moment. Awesome. Hope you both like it. I saw it was really weird. Well, I played it through myself several times already, and all the DLC. I really, really enjoyed Borderlands 3. The story was fine. The gameplay was amazing. The environments were beautiful. I enjoyed myself. And I think it'd be fun to play with someone else. Actually have a companion. Meow. And I did finish Infamous 2 Wednesday night, so I'm really happy about that. It was really fun to play that on stream. I played a good girl the entire way through. I didn't do bad girl no matter what, even though that means I effectively did self-sacrifice in the end, and that sucks. I may consider going back through and playing those games as evil, just because it is an entirely different experience, and I think people might enjoy seeing that through. Hello, Silver. Welcome in, Babkin. I did play Brutal Legend on Thursday. I got well into the first part of the story plot. I was having fun and all, but I don't know if I want to keep playing that or not. I'm not worried about the DMCA for the music of the game. If they want to mute my VODs and stuff on Twitch, they can do it all they want. I'm playing a video game. I'm not like just sitting there rocking out to a Metallica album or something. I tried to get through the second level in Lion King and got to the second ostrich section. Oh yeah, Babkin. Yep, Silver's a Babkin too. You're both Babkins. Oh yeah, that whole second level of The Lion King on Super Nintendo was hell. Yeah, it just was. There's not a question there. Oh. So I may either go to back to Infamous 1 and just play it straight up evil. Rental prevention, to be honest, makes sense, yeah. Because I could definitely see myself just being a rude-ass bastard and killing everybody and everything and not caring about collateral damage. Because that's fun. That and getting to go with the fire powers in 2 would be a lot more entertaining. Because, especially if you're not worried about collateral damage, use fire. You can cause a lot of damage and pain with that attribute. Oop! I just wibbled there. I wonder if it's because of the heat. Air conditioner is definitely blowing on me. I am feeling it. That is feeling really nice right now. Probably leave the air conditioner on till our guest leaves Thursday morning. Thursday, the temperature is supposed to start dropping again, it looks like. So, good. Having the air conditioner on for a couple days, not the end of the world. I'm not going to complain about that. I would have liked to have gone to the post office today since I did have 2 packages to mail and I was available and all that jazz. But it's a holiday. So for all of you here in the United States of America, happy Labor Day, I guess. Might get my SNES region modded for the ability to get the Super Game Boy too. Oh, nice. I just use my Retron 5, so I can play US and Japan games, as well as Game Boy, everything up to Advance, just jamming it right in the front of the machine. That's how I was playing Final Fantasy after all. I stuck in the GBA copy of it. Besides, the only fun thing the Super Game Boy 2 did compared to the original Super Game Boy is it had a link cable function to it. I did not play Game Boy Color games or anything, so unless you really need to have the Game Boy link cable, you don't really need the Super Game Boy 2 involved in your life. If you want a Game Boy player that plugs into a system that does play Game Boy Color, that would be the GameCube's Game Boy player. Just make sure you get the disc with it, otherwise it's completely useless. I use the same Super Game Boy features for DK94. It's for the clock speed, however, for my needs. Okay. But I've really been enjoying playing PS3 games on stream. That's been a lot of fun. Oh, but definitely heads up. Since I do have company that's showing up tonight and will be here for the next 2 nights, no stream Tuesday or Wednesday. Just to make sure you're aware, not worried about anything. I'm fine. I have company. That's why I'm entertaining my guests from tomorrow and Wednesday. The OG SG ran 2.2 faster. Okay, that's cool. Not sure what all we're going to do. We have some options of things that we can do while he's here. I did buy one thing to cook for a special dinner. I did pick up 3 strip steaks. They're in the bottom of the fridge. Not sure which night of the 2 we'll have them. Probably Wednesday. The guest did offer to take us out to dinner. I'll request we do that Tuesday night when Fopsy's 100% available, and then we can go out and have a nice dinner somewhere. Show off one of our many favorite local restaurants, because we got a lot of good ones in town, depending on what type of food he's in the mood for. But mostly expecting to have a more relaxed visit, sitting around, chatting, cuddling, just having a good zone time, with the possibility of maybe going and walking around the zoo. We do like walking around our local zoo. It's a really nice zoo, and since we do have, season pass still and all we'd have to pay for would be his entrance fee and all, so that'd be easy peasy. And we got a lot of good animals to look at, and it'll be a good time to do it. Midweek, in August, hell yeah, good time to go out. If there are kids, they're all back in school and not having field trips all the way as early as August. Usually those don't happen until at least a little bit into school. Welcome back to school, kids. Okay, we're going to have our field trip now. What? I didn't even know you, a teacher, and you're taking us out to the zoo? Yes. But no, that's not a normal thing that early in the year, so good chance it's going to be nice and empty. I did a stupid Saturday night. It shouldn't be a big deal here, but after I got off VR Saturday night, I plugged my controllers in, set my headset up in the usual spot, and I didn't look at them again until just about 45 minutes before stream. And one of the controller, they were both still plugged in. One had the white light on it, the other one did not. I plugged one of them into the normal pair of cables I have back there. The other one I plugged into a USB-C cable I'd unplugged from my computer and had not put into a drawer yet, so it was just a cable that was sitting on my desk not plugged in. I did at least have the peace of mind to, right before logging into right then, I jammed that into one of the known good cables and got it some charge action. And it's up to 89%, the other one's at 100. So if my right paw dies before I leave, I apologize. I'm trying my best. That's okay. I do those all the time. Yeah. But hey, it's at 89%, so we should be good enough. I took the other cable out of the way completely and verified I have the two correct cables sitting next to each other now, so I'll plug them in correctly tonight. And Silver, my sweet little Babkin princess. I am a teacup lion. I'm a little teacup lion sitting on your desk here to pop up out of your teacup and go, hello, sweet little Babkin princess. I'm a teacup lion here to make you smile and to brighten up your day. I am a teacup lion. I hope that was adequate. It has been really nice being windows open and no air conditioner for several days. Thank you. You're a good girl too, Silver. You're a good girl. I was really enjoying the fresh air, the fans, little air blowing and all that jazz. That was really nice. I look forward to reenacting that situation again come Thursday. And really getting us some more fresh air in the house, as long as we can potentially do that. Of course, I'm killing bugs in Helldivers. Good girl. Smash them bugaboos. Squeechy, squeechy, squeechy. Squeech, squeech, squeech. But after all that cleaning around the house, the outside of our house actually looks hella good right now. Because all the bushes, I trimmed those down real good. Already Sunday before I got the annoyance news, one of the things I did was go through all the cracks in the driveway and the sidewalk and cleared those out with the weed whacker. And I'd already been working on the bushes to make them look nicer. I just did a bit more of a job on them on Monday after I got the grumpy meal. And to be honest, that bush that was coming up and touching the front porch roof, I don't really like it anyway. I may, over the next few months, just chunk more of it away until I've completely phased the stupid thing out or down to a little shrubbery kind of situation, because I kind of don't like it. It just feels like it's a blockade. It's just too it's too big and blop. But as long as I can do it in phases where it's small enough that I can put the waste from it in the garbage can each time, that'll make things a lot easier. And after I take out all of the remaining schmutz behind the front bushes out on the front porch, I would like to take some time weekly and buzz through some of the branches that are just kind of piled up in the backyard. Just hit them with a chainsaw till they're small enough to drop into the trash can and just get that done. I want to get those out. I've been meaning to do that for 8 years now. Good enough excuse. We'll just buzz through those as quickly as I can. Buzz, 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 buzz. Maybe make that my Tuesday adventure for the next few weeks. Just go out there Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. Take the fresh trash can back from the side of the road all the way to the backyard. Some of the branches. Make a nice pile of them each time into the trash can, and boom. Having the chainsaw is really nice. I do find that very useful for this. Because the sooner I get that stuff out of the way, the sooner I don't have that being a pile by the shed, and then I can more easily maintain the weird growth that shows up there. These weird fern-like things. And then reclaim that little part of the backyard as well. That would be kind of nice. And an excuse to actually go outside occasionally, especially now that the weather's a little nicer. That'd be nice to go out and get a little fresh air, natural style. And a little exercise too. Not too much. You see, the biggest reason why this was an issue, one, I don't like someone telling me how to maintain my life. I'm an adult. My mom does not get to tell me my room is dirty anymore, okay? I don't really appreciate the fact that my homeowner's insurance told me that I didn't mow my lawn well enough and I didn't care for my bushes well enough. So there's that. I don't like someone telling me what to do. It did need done, but it didn't all need done in 4 days. It could have been done over the next month when I was planning to do all that. So there's that. But also the whole, it did not need done in a short period of time. For one thing, obviously, I wanted to make sure I got it submitted, because if I was given the 30-day ultimatum situation, if they didn't like something still after the first set of photos, I needed to be able to have time to deal with it. It's not like sending in a day 29, like, whoa, that one bush is not bush-shaped enough. You need to be out there and re-bush it. Or something, I don't know. Or I missed something completely like the tree branch that's above the garage, which we're still debating whether or not I actually have to deal with or not. So at the moment, that's A-okay. We're not going to complain about that unless I absolutely have to. I may go up there with the ladder anyway, say Friday, and see what I can do just to mash at it one way or the other. I'll let the neighbor know that I'm going to touch the tree. And heck, maybe I'll put that other chimney hat back on that blew off a couple of storms back. You know how chimneys sometimes have those little metal tent thingies on the top of them? Our chimney has 2 of those. And sometime in early summer, one of the 2 of them was no longer on the garage. It was in the backyard. Didn't do damage to anything else, fortunately, or itself. It was perfectly fine. I'm hiding it in the garage. So the insurance company doesn't know it's missing because they don't realize it should be there, I'm assuming. Otherwise, they'd probably be, having a cow on that. So nobody tell them. So that's a thing. And I think it was last Monday I had put up that microphone arm for my Rode microphone on my Throne wish list, and I mentioned it here in my stream. And I saw after I got off stream, apparently someone bought that for me. It came up as anonymous, so I have no idea who did it. So whoever did that, thank you very much if you're listening. I did try and thank like every day this week when I was playing games, but I know most people don't watch me during those times as much as people watch me during the chatty streams like this. So if you're here and you're the one that did it, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It did come in the mail. I can't remember if I'd set that up Wednesday or Thursday. I think I set that up Wednesday. Yeah, because Thursday I tried the other headphones. But Wednesday I mounted the arm. I was a little later starting stream because of that, because I tried several places to see where would be the best way to put the clamp on my desk. Fun fact, it is attached to the top of the hutch, and the microphone's little swivel stick is coming out of the one that comes out of the front of it, not the one that comes out of the top of it. And it comes to a nice angled location right above my visual level of my monitors from where I sit when I'm gaming. About 10 inches to a foot away from my face, so I get good audio from it. And from what everyone said, it does seem to have good pickup, so everyone said I sounded really good out of that. Now, because of this, I do have 2 headphone options. And I might jump between the 2 of them for the moment, depending on my mood and temperature, because they each have a little bit of drawbacks. Because, of course they do. Nothing can be perfect. Now, I have my usual Logitech G933 7.1 surround sound headphones that I've had for about 11 years now. They're great. They're comfy. They sound amazing still. And they're wireless. But wearing them for 4+ hours does sometimes tend to get warm because they're big. Now, my other option, Fopsy let me borrow her pair of Bluetooth headphones. They're individual, charged by a little charging case style, sort of AirPods-y, but with one of those little hook over the ear things. And they work really good. They paired with my computer without a hassle. They're great. And in fact, I take them out of their case. They immediately reconnect to my computer, which is awesome. And they immediately turn themselves to the active headphone as soon as they're turned on. So that's actually legit pretty cool. I like that about them. It does get a little disorienting wearing them for gaming. It was weird enough Thursday night when I was playing Brutal Legend. It felt a lot more weird when I was playing with Nepal. 'Cause they're very earpluggy. As in, you know how I feel like you're wearing some headphones that are very good noise canceling? It feels like you've got to shout. I get that a lot. I was really getting that. Doing my best to control my volume because I know it's easy to get really loud when you can't hear yourself correctly. And also I was getting a lot of inner ear echo from my own voice because there was no effectively exhaust out of my ear for any of the echo chamber out of my station tubes and stuff. So I may flip back and forth between which pair of headphones I'm wearing. But both are there, both are available, and I'm okay with that. I like having options. And I don't want to fully 100% bogart Fopsy's Bluetooth headset in case she wants them back anytime. Because she said I'm borrowing these, not having these kind of thing. And that's okay. My spare headphones do that. They're very good at muffling sound. That is actually a good thing. I'm glad. On Sunday night, they were just starting to say battery low at the 4-hour mark of me and Nepal playing. So if I am using those, I do have to keep in mind that it is a 4-hour long session. It cannot be a 4.5, 5-hour session. It is a 4-hour session with those. Because there's no way to plug them in. They charge via the little poink pins in their case. And ain't no way I can just like wire those poink pins up under behind my ear or something. That just doesn't work. Well, hello, Blitzy Callie. Welcome in. I see you doing lizard. That's so silly. I love the lizard thing. So yeah, headphone experiment, good. Lizard is lizard. It is lizard. I might try other headphone options as well. I'm not like set in stone on any of this stuff, but I'm not going to do anything that's going to involve me spending a lot of money. Basically just try stuff that I can work my way through. But some good financial situation. Couple of things did sell off my my Ko-Fi store. One of the skirts, the light blue one with light blue fur trim. That one got sold to someone. I think that sold Friday night or something like that. So I have no way of mailing that out until at least tomorrow. And since I have company tomorrow and Wednesday, I actually let the person know I will mail it out Thursday. But I did package it. It's already taped up, labeled, and ready to roll. It's sitting on the chair in the living room. And last night, some plushie bought the short pink fur elastic wrist cuffs. Flat out, let me just say, those are hella comfy. She got a good buy there, and I hope she really enjoys them. But similarly, they're already packaged and waiting for Thursday morning when I go to the post office to mail those prior to doing grocery shopping, because Thursday's grocery day. If the dress Rand picked up does not fit in his luggage, I may have to go to the post office early anyway to mail that with him back to his home. So that's also a possibility. If that happens, yay, the mail goes out earlier and I send everybody their tracking numbers. If not, hey-oh, we work around it and we're all good. And I actually do have a box sitting in the living room from some fabric that I can easily put the dress in if I do have to mail it. So I'm ready to go there. No problem, no hassle, no thassle. But the other good financial situation is Friday night I got a commission. They 100% understood the concept of how much stuff costs and did not argue for a second when I told them how much things were going to be. Not only did they not argue, they happily sent payment in full Friday night. And I ordered all of said materials right on the bat. And I will definitely say they do have good taste in colors. Nothing really to spoil here. It's a product. You're going to see a picture of it when it gets done. They liked my pink and yellow dress with the long fluted sleeves and the puff tops. They like 100% of the shape and style of that. They just wanted a different color. So they're getting it in a mostly cream color and a brown, a tannish color. Trimmed with a white with brown tips fur that I found on Amazon. So I was able to grab as much of that as I possibly could. And some of the highlight work done with a very a dusty rose pink. I ordered all of that right away. Bonus, they want to have the skirt lined with the that lovely fur, and I was just like, yeah, I can do that. I think they have enough on stock. I can probably do that. Triple checked. Yep, just enough to do everything I need to do with that fur. I can just squeeze it all out. So we got that going for us. So I will happily get all that sorted. And they really like the padded bloomer. So I will be making them a fluffy padded bloomer to go on the underside of that. I forgot to ask if they wanted a bunny tail or not on that. I will ask. Just double check. I want to be thorough. It is deer themed though, so they may want a deer tail. I feel like that's not an expense item. I feel like I can still squeeze that in one way or the other. But yeah, so that's all a thing. And I ordered a little bit of extra of a couple of the products. One, I got a little extra on the tully for the petticoat because the cost difference between 20 yards of rose tully and 40 yards of rose tully is almost nothing. So I'm like, well, I'm going to buy myself 20 yards for later use. I don't give a tit. That's mine for later. Yay. Because of how I needed to order the satins, I definitely needed to order more of the cream than was necessary. I ordered 10 yards of it at 44 inches wide. Because the long part of the skirt needs to be that, plus a lot of the things on it also need to be that color. So I definitely need to order sufficient of that. So I got 10 yards of that, so I got plenty of that to play with for later. There's not much being done with the Dusty Rose, just mostly the center chest panel. So I'll have quite a bit of that left over. I'll do the chest panel, probably some of the lining, all of the lining with that, and the inner liner of the fluted sleeve parts. I think that'll look really pretty. I hope that the buyer likes how that turns out. I think that usually makes a really good effect. So I have a good project ahead of me to really get started on. One happy accident. The first zipper I ordered, I saw after I put the order in. First off, it had a extremely expensive shipping on it, and it wasn't going to get here until like late September. I'm like, that's bad. I canceled that brown zipper right away. Like, if I have to get another color zipper, I'll get another color zipper. But we're not waiting till then and paying that much in shipping. And I was able to cancel it because it was right away. So I ordered a different brown zipper at 24 inches. It's like, cool. And this is a lot cheaper. This is significantly cheaper. Says it'll actually be here on Saturday. It wasn't. It was Sunday. They lied to me. But it did get here Sunday, so, I mean, that's fine. That's when most of this stuff has shown up so far. But apparently, I didn't order one 24-inch brown zipper at that price, which was less than the one 24-inch brown zipper I tried to order the first time before shipping. Apparently, I ordered a 5-pack of them, so I have 4 spare brown zippers sitting in my work table, waiting to become some kind of an experiment. We'll find out whenever I do that. Depending on how this brown fabric works, I might end up either having some leftover of it, or I might end up ordering more of it and making a skirt myself out of brown just for salesies. Because it's a really pretty brown satin. I think it's nice. I think some people might like that too, besides my buyer at the moment. So, putting that right out there. I think that'll work really good. But yeah, I'll have plenty of that Dusty Rose left. I'll have plenty of the cream left in the end to do other things with, because I had to overbuy on that a little bit. And plenty of Tully left, so I can make some petticoatery out of that. So everybody, I win 100% across the board. And because I got paid 100% upfront for this, save shipping, and they are understanding that I'm going to tell them how much shipping is going to be after I can weigh the thing when it's done, because that's how the post office works. Location plus weight, and if I don't know how heavy it is, I can't say how much to guess the cost is going to be. So yeah, that's a happening. And most of it has shown up. The Tully showed up on Saturday. That was the only thing that showed up on Saturday, and it didn't even say it was going to be there till Sunday, so win on that a little bit. I took a picture of it and sent it to the commissioner and said, okay, one thing showed up, 40 yards of Tully, and I took a picture of the giant Tylenol-shaped, shrink-wrapped spool of Tully. Like 40 yards? I was like, yeah, it's so much cheaper when I buy it in bulk. That's why I bought 40 yards. I don't need all that for you. And yes, that size was 40 yards. It's about the size of my forearm, but it's 40 yards at 54 inches wide. The way that stuff compressed is crazy. So, two things haven't shown up yet. One of them will be here on Wednesday, and that is the rest of the white with tan tipped fur. Because all that was available were pre-cut chunks. I bought 3 60 by 20 chunks, and I bought all 3 remaining 60 by 36 or 1 yard chunks. Do you mean Tully? I've never used that word. Heard that word spoken before. Yes. Tulle. Tully. I always said it's tool. Some people say that too. There are multiple ways to say that particular word. I've heard it pronounced both ways, and I go with whatever anyone else is saying in the room. I don't want to contradict anyone. Hey, Wild, welcome in, Sweetie Fox. I hope you're doing well tonight. Oh yeah, that air conditioner's really hitting me out. Oh, thank you, cold vent. I was just really trying to push it out till through stream tonight and go, it's gonna be cooler tonight, so I'll just edge it out. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And then when it was like 5 minutes before streams, maybe 10 minutes before stream started, I'm like, I'm sweating. I looked up at the thermostat and said 70, and I'm like, no. We are over the mark of 76 now, because before I looked up when I was starting to get warm, it was 76. I'm like, maybe once I pull back from my desk, I'll be fine. I'll get a little fresher air. It'll be okay. No, it was not okay. It was very not okay. Still might consider deactivating the cold box and going back to Windows tonight if it's going to be chilly enough out. We will also consult our guest to see how he feels about this. And yes, little Bablet, you're allowed in. Boop. A little bit of nut was stuck behind my tongue in that weird spot. I hate when that happens. Well, that reminds me, I forgot to get Cheerios on my desk. Let me turn that redeem off before anybody wastes their points. PowerPoint channel points, manage thingies. Sorry, it's not that I don't love you all and don't want to give you the Cheerio reward. I don't want you to waste your points on it because I don't have any on my desk. And I'm not running to the kitchen to make a bowl of Cheerios just for midway through stream. Weather says 40 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. Yeah, I should probably after stream we'll drop the air conditioner back off. It was still 79 when I checked my phone right before stream as well, so I'm not mad that I'm chilling the house off a little bit with the air conditioner, but I'll be happy to turn it back off and enjoy the window blowies. So thank you, Wild, for double checking that. I appreciate it. Annoyingly, it's going to be like a high of 82 tomorrow, so we may hot swap throughout the day back to air conditioner. We'll see how the temperature of the house feels throughout the day. And potentially, if we're even home for it to care, if we're out and about, doesn't matter if it's a little bit warm in the house. Hi, little Bab kitten. Come here, give me a hug.
Hello. 1 second. Let me grab my...
Here you are. Hi, Bab kitten. Who's a good Bab kitten?
What's going on with my sound? Everything is so loud today.
Yay! I'm loud. Good girl. And there's my plushie. Hello, good girl. Hello, survivor of Borderlands 2 last night.
Oh my gosh. I realized actually when I started my computer up today that Steam needed an update.
Oh. Well, that was mean of it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe that was the issue.
It's hard to say. Honestly, it could very easily just be the connection servers that Borderlands 2 uses. May have just been having a bad night too. It's hard to say. Because what was happening was you were losing connection in the process. Mm-hmm. Which you're hardwired, so you're not going to have a weird network connection. We were still on Discord, so we weren't losing. We know you didn't lose internet. It's just the game was being poots. Also, since we have 1 by 1 gigabit here, if I was using all of that, I am desperately shocked. And I know you don't have, you're not running a potato.
No, we have half gig symmetrical, so yeah, I would hope it's not that either.
Yeah, half gig is still well beyond what any normal person actually needs for internet usage. Both up and down. I say this from extreme experience. When I started streaming, we had 100 megabits up and down. I had no problem streaming at 100 by 100. Getting the gig by gig is just like I'm drinking out of I just need a silly straw plugged into a fire hose right now, effectively. I'm not going to top that out. I was jokingly thinking about if I did win the Powerball on the weekend, which unfortunately, no, I didn't. I got $4 on my ticket, so I'll go cash that in on the next chance I get. I was jokingly thinking, if I win the Powerball, I'm calling Frontier just saying, crank me to 7. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but turn me up to 7. I just want to have it at that point. I'm just going to buy everything off of Steam and download it once. Just watch it come in. But nah, I didn't win, so that didn't happen. And to be honest, if I did win, I'd probably still be doing this because I actually really enjoy doing this. This is fun. I like coming on and babbling with all of you. I like hanging out with my friends. I like my sweet little plushie. She's a good girl. Yes, you are. Heck, I'd still want to play games on Sunday night with her. Maybe even other nights if she wanted to at that point. Because, fuck it.
That'd be fun.
The internet goes up to 11. Hell yeah. Unfortunately, the internet here only goes up to 7. 7 is it. I like suplexing my friends too. Yay! That's so good of you all, Stance. We'll play Final Fantasy VI together then. Somehow. I don't know how. We'll multiplayer that shiz. You'll control the top couple people. I'll control the bottom couple people. And it'll work. Don't ask. We'll make it work. And we'll let you suplex a train. But yeah, apparently where I live, I can get 7x7 gig internet. And I don't mean just maybe somewhere in my area. Literally, they've told me, yes, at my connection, I can get it turned up to that if I wanted to. I even have the newer ONT on the side of my house that is capable of doing that. So, yay. I can't suplex a train. Well, technically it's a ghost, but whatever. Well, it's a ghost shaped like a train. I think you can do it. I got faith in you all, Stats. You got this. You got this, buddy. You got this. Pink bunny power. I didn't do a lot of crazy cooking this week. I did make impossible burgers last night for dinner. Previously, I'd been making us each 2 at a time when I did those. And I would always walk away feeling like over-bloatedly full. And I'd be like, oh, God, I ate too much. So last night, I just made us each 1 impossible burger and some fries. They were delicious. And I was not bloating. So, yay, it worked out well for me. Call me Saban, because I'm suplexing everybody then. Oh, yeah, Saban. Sabun. Sabunny. Fopsy just agreed as she walked in the room that the impossible burgers were really good last night. I frizzled up some frozen peppers and onions for her to put on hers, and I frizzled up a full can of mushrooms for me on mine. Toasted the buns on the grill while I was out there. I just stuck them on the warming racky part of the grill for the last 2 minutes of the burger time. Came out perfect. Just lightly toasty. Flop them burgers on there. Oh, so good. I'm not vegetarian, not by a long shot. In fact, I put Worcestershire on mine. So, in fact, I cook them with a little Worcestershire because I like the flavor. But I do love an impossible burger. I find them really, really good. Also, minimize my window, and I need something. My pocket went vibrate, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing contact with my Goist. I am. Okay. Confirmed. We'll be here at 10. Perfect.
See, and I was getting ready to say that was me that messaged you.
It was not this time. I'm assuming that link is just to us. Double checking. I'm clicking on that just to make sure that I'm... Oh, this is tracking of him. Oh, that's kind of cool. Monticello right now. Nice.
Real-time tracking is fun.
I'm going to see if I can forward that to Fopsy just in case she needs it. I'm saying it out loud so she knows what I'm doing right now, so I don't have to sit there and type out what I'm sending her. Boop.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I sent you tracking for our guest.
Okay, they also sent me tracking.
Okay, so they're... Mao.
I gave them the tracking. You're tagged, by the way. I hope you don't mind.
When did you get me tagged?
You've been tagged for like 5 years now. So
What?
tag my pets just in case someone steals you or something.
No one's going to steal me.
They might.
I'm 6 feet tall and built like a linebacker. No one's going to try and take me.
You're a pretty little geek up line. Everyone wants you.
To quote Mr. Fluffy, if they want to steal my kid, they're going to have to work for it. If they succeed, good on them. Yeah, exactly. So Fopsy says she has me tagged, apparently. Vixens. This is what I get.
She's just being. She's just trying to be safe.
Silly girls. Y'all are silly girls. All of ya. All of ya. Meow. I'm a Caddie. A Caddie. Also, my one controller is holding out perfectly fine. Controller was fully charged now at 86. Controller wasn't is at 74, so it is dropping at about the same rate as the other one. I am going to be okay. And I will make sure I do not plug my controller into a cable that's not plugged in anything again. Go, Caddie.
Oops.
Yeah, here's what happened. When I plugged in the microphone on the stand, the cable that was with it was too short to go on the armature. So I unplugged that black USB-C cable. Also, I think it got damaged at some point because it was wonky. If I tapped the head a little bit, it'd show connected, and if I tapped it again, it would show unconnected. So I pulled that one out. I'm probably just going to chuck that in the garbage can one way or the other. I'm not too concerned. It's just a basic USB-C. But I went into my drawer of cables and got out a fresh braided pink USB-C cable.
Checks out.
Wire tagged that onto the arm in a couple of places with some Velcro strappies. And plug that back in the back of my computer. This has a double effect of I can more easily then track down that particular cable if I want to, say, take in the living room to record an ASMR video. Hint, 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 hint. Or if I want to take that same armature into the living room and use it to mount the camera to do a Lego building video. Heh, heh, heh. Yes, that is part of the plans. I am going to, after guest is gone, that is going to be one of my things I'm going to do on Tuesday through Friday, is I'm going to work on this year's modular Lego set that's been sitting in next to my desk here since the mid-January. I'm going to do that on stream. I have this 2 different Simba Lego sets. I have several other small Lego sets that need to be built. And if I can do those on stream and entertain some people, heck yeah, I'm going to do it. I can multi-computer the heck out of that because I can just have set up the card table in the living room and put Lappy up there, stream from my video recording rig over there, and that would work perfectly cromulent. Everybody wins. So yay. That is plan. That is legit plan. Postius Visitist. Probably starting next week, not on Thursday, just because I'm not kidding. That building might take me a couple of days. Most of the last ones of those I would do in 4 building sessions over 4 weeks on a Saturday or whatnot. Sometime on the weekend I would do a quarter of it and then stop. But they are definitely hella fun sets to work on. I think it'd be entertaining. I've had enough people mention they would be interested in watching that. So if you like Lego building, I will do that. Also, since it will be actual camera, you will be able to see my Cheerio bowl as I am getting Cheerios as necessary. May or may not see my face. We'll see. Heck, I might make that a redeem. Quick face cam moment.
I was going to say, Lucario Lego build?
But I don't have a Lucario face. Also, my Mega Bloks Lucarios are already built.
I was going to say, Lucario Fursuit build.
But I don't have a Lucario.
Or, sorry, sorry, the alliteration just got me.
I could probably do Mewtwo.
Yeah.
But it does make it a lot harder to
Fursuit
see.
Lego build.
Because no eyes. But should be fun one way or the other. Clicky, clicky, funny, funny. I'm going to give you another location in my house for me to have tried to stream from. The computer that's in the living room is the one I had been streaming on before this computer anyway, so I know it works. I have only done a few minor changes to OBS since I moved out to this one. I'll go and double check, like, see if there's anything I've made any major modifications to before I go live. But shouldn't be a big deal. Like my attached PNG off to my cat side. My PNGs that are on the background, those are all on this computer, not on that one. So I just want to maybe copy that file folder over too. Snap one of those in there. Other than that, I don't think I made any major changes. Nothing that would really matter, like the mirror box. I don't need to have that know it's there because the mirror box isn't going in the living room. Maybe the microphone. I could always set the Rode up as a audio source if I need to. That's always an option. I'm down for that. That's not hard. And I have an itchy on my nose at the wrong time. Not like a sneeze, an actual, like, I need to scritchel. I think I got it. Hi, Silly Lily. Welcome in.
Can I just say that I love you called the Rode microphone the rodent?
Yes. Yes, my rodent microphone. It's really cute, though. I do like it. It is a fun little brick. Interesting thing about mounting that little doodad. First off, when we got it in its kit, it comes with a magnetic stand and has a little rubber stopper up its asshole. So that you can just sit it on the stand without any hassle. Perfectly cromulent, perfectly good little stand. But if you want to mount it on a microphone mount, you have to pull out the little rubber stopper. And it came with a little adapter. I don't know sizes, so it went from the bigger size in it to a smaller size if you needed to adapt it from that little adapter. But it was threaded. It does have threading on the inside of the hole on the base. So the arm I got, it had a brass type nut on the end of it that is the perfect size to put directly into the Rode microphone, as is. And if I took that off, the thing under it is the perfect size to put in the little adapter that came with the Rode mic. So I just left a little brass head on there. I'm like, you're good. I'll put the stopper and the other diddler in the zippy bag. Keep those for later. Same thing with the little a half a ton mag stand that it came with. That is all sitting off to the side. The arm is definitely a $20 arm. She's not like a $200 studio professional ultimate arm, but it does exactly what I need to do. Would I like a little bit more flexibility? Yes. Did I pick this one myself because it was cheap? Abso-fucking-lutely. But it does what it needs to do. When I turn it off, when I'm not using it anymore, so it's not like dangling in front of my desk constantly. To do that, since it doesn't like just willingly scrunch up, I have to scrunch it up and turn it sideways. So the arm that would be dangling is now horizontal. And I took another one of my Velcro cable ties and I tie it around the body of it so it just scrunches up solid when I'm not in use. Just in case it turns itself and so it doesn't like come swing down and either scare the heck out of me or bonk me in the face. Neither of which are things I want to have happen. No bonky facey. But that is good. Plan good. Plan on plan. I'm thinking about something while I'm at it. First off, click on this real quick. Not that. That. Thank you. That too. That too. There we go. Just that I'm way more ahead of myself. Put that low jack on my friend up on my other monitor so I can watch it. Keep an eye on that. Haha, it loaded. Okay, I know where he's at. Alright, and that is got, so we will go with fresh. Yes. Cool. Cool. Sometimes you get two. Alright, and back out of that before I press any buttons I don't mean to. Now, I didn't buy too many food things when I was at the store this last grocery day because, for one thing, we had a lot of manwich to go through. And as I mentioned, I just finished it today with dinner. That says how much manwich we had left over. And we did a few other smaller things between then and now, so no major thing. And our guest is leaving Thursday morning, which is when I normally go do grocery shopping anyway, so I'm going to fix that after he's gone. I'll go out do post office and mail off someone's fluffy pink cuffs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And a light blue satin skirt that's going to M.A. Massachusetts?
Yes.
Yay! So I'm mailing a blue skirt off to Massachusetts. I'm okay with this. That is actually kind of neat, that knowing more states that are getting my things. And I have the one dress that sold that was going to be picked up when they came into town is sitting on the couch because they're going to be coming into town tonight. And I will make them take home their product once they pay me, of course. I kind of have that important, part of this game. No money, no product.
Details.
Yeah, I know. I'm full of these stupid details. I don't know. Pay me or I don't give you things kind of thing. And so far, no biters on the pink and red dress with the heart pillow chest. But I've had a lot of people say how pretty it was, and it is absolutely one of my best works ever. So there's that. Hopefully someone does want that. I would love for that to go to a good home. I know it's a little expensive, but it did take a lot of work to make that. And work hours for most of my dresses is actually the higher cost item than the actual cost of the satin at this point, because I am doing my best to put a lot of effort to really put in my heart. No pun intended with the heart-shaped pillow in this one. My heart and soul into these, to really put my personality, to put my dedication into the dresses. So I gotta charge what I gotta charge. There's just no two ways about it. But hey, such is life.
It's more a lack of funds than a lack of want.
I definitely can feel that. Trust me, I know what it's like to see pretty things and wish you could buy all of them.
Yeah, especially when they're made by friends.
Meow. I appreciate you, silly plushie. You're good support. But with that big dress commission that I just got, that definitely means we can afford MFF. So no question there, we're going to beat MFF. Even before that sale, I had noted from everything happening, all your generosities and donations and whatnots and gifted subs and everything, into everything. We've actually been slightly not red since before Anthrocon. So we're actually scooching by in a little bit of the black section. I'm not saying we're buying everything we want in life. We have turned down purchasing things we would love to get. And I've been a lot more frugal about grocery shopping, but we've actually been eating really well. So it's kind of a catch-22 with the careful shopping if you have time to cook. Because if I was careful shopping when I was still office, I still have to make my cooking within, say, about a 15-minute break period for dinner of the actual work. Things that have to be either be in the oven or the crock pot or be cooked in 15 minutes. Because otherwise I couldn't get them done on time for when Fopsy would get off. But since I'm available, I can do something that's a little bit more off schedule-y. Like, I can do a fried rice on a Thursday. Why? Because I can be in the kitchen for an hour, and that's fine. And we have a delicious fried rice then. And everyone wins. And yes, I will happily do that, Jack. Paul, you're a sweet, good girl, little Renafloof. You're such a pretty Renafloof. You're such a helpful little friend and partner. You're a really, really good moderator and supporter. And you're going to look so pretty with pink fluffy wristies. And they're going to feel so soft on your pretty, delicate little paws. Trust me, I know. That's some good fur. I do have a coat made out of that particular fur. And I love wearing it. And you're going to love wearing these on you. You're going to be a good girl. A very pretty, soft girl. Uh-huh. You're going to want to wear them out and about during all winter. Show everybody how pretty you are and how warm and cozy you are as your paws are nice and warm. I know you are, because you're a good girl, aren't you? I suppose that was adequate, Jack? Did I succeed? Meow, 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 meow. Am dork. Am happy about who I am. Ooh, definitely on the move. Now in Logansport, Indiana, US 24. So there's a good chance I will end stream a little early today since he's theoretically getting here about 10 p.m. Just a heads up. I love you all, but I want to be a good host. I'd say you did. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really confident in my business stability here as we currently stand. Really happy about how things are flowing with this. Would I like more of my pre-made stuff to be selling? Absolutely. Am I okay that some of it's selling, especially more of the bigger things? Yes. And the fact that someone actually did do a commission on me? Hell yeah. If I get one of those a month, good gravy. We'd be in the cat's pajamas if I get one of those a month. So, if anybody's got deep pockets and wants to commission princess dresses, call me. Talk to me. I will work with you. I am only limited by possibilities, not by what I would like to do if you are willing to pay for the work. Just putting that out there. Like one thing that this commissioner had requested, I unfortunately don't have what I need to make actually work well, was like fawn spots on some of the brown satin. Because I don't have a good way to do that. I don't have airbrushing equipment. And I don't want to use like white paint or something on it because that just would make crunchy. So a little bit harder. And sewing in white spots into brown satin would just, let's just say you'd look really Five Nights at Freddy's with all of the stitch work to try and make spots be functional. Hello, little good girl, silly lily puppy. Who's a good puppy? Mwah.
I am.
Yes, you are a good girl, puppy.
Little.
Little pup.
Little.
It's perspective.
Your teacup.
No, I'm big. You're tiny puppy.
Big.
Itty bitty puppy. It's just perspective. It's camera trick. You're not really that big. I mean, look, I'm huge. Look how big I am, how small everything else is. I'm gigantic. The rest of them are tiny, tiny, tiny. Also, really pretty eyes. Meow. Very meow. Also, Lily, you're... Okay, now you're not hiding. You were hiding behind the image. You're allowed to stay behind the Babkin. That is perfectly okay. I don't want you to be hidden too much. Are you meowing?
He's pulling on my ears and my tail.
Don't pull on her ears and tail. Makes her squeak.
Yeah, pooping don't do anything.
Interesting.
Silly children.
I mean, you are older than us, so we are kids.
Yeah, actually, I am by far the oldest person in the room here. I'm sorry, the oldest person in the VR room. Flopsy's physically in the room with me, and she is actually older than me.
Call people younger than me kids, and it kind of annoys them.
Yeah, kids.
Kid.
You're
But
both.
technically, she's younger than me.
Even DePaul's a
I'll
kid.
stab you.
Whatever, kid.
I suppose.
But you're a good kid. I find it funny when I hear people saying, yeah, from a long time ago, way back when I was growing up, like in 2005. And I'm like, oh my God, you're all babies.
2024, baby. Literally.
Babas. But hearing people say stuff about, yeah, when I was a little kid back in 2005, I'm like, do you know how old I am compared to you, child? I
Trying to make
am...
this Vatican happy.
What, give her fish? I think it's how you make a phantom happy. Fish is very good, though. I have a lot of good restaurants picked out because our guests did say they wanted to go out to eat one of the 2 nights while they're here. So depending on what kind of food they're in the mood for, will determine which kind of restaurant we end up at. Because I know a lot of good options in town. One of the things we definitely have going for us here in Fort Wayne is a bajillion foods. And I would just mean like we have 20 McDonald's, which I'm pretty sure we do. But we have a lot of actual good foods. Like, we have a authentic Chinese place, and I don't mean like a really good takeout Chinese place. No, I mean an actual authentic Chinese place in town. We have multiple good Indian restaurants, good Thai restaurants. I know there's a pretty nice, a couple of Vietnamese places. There's one in downtown. There's one up the north part of town that I've eaten at. Sushi, ramen, pho. We have a gambit. We have so many delicious things available to us. And while you are 100% right, Food Wayne is one of its titles. Anything that is owned by oh shoot, who owns the factory and Eustone Triangle Park? Wild words. Don Hall Restaurants. Fopsy said it out loud. Don Hall's. Anything owned by Don Hall, you basically know you're in for a good time. It's a party where you are. Also, I saw a tiny Kleekai coming up the stairs. Hi, little Kleekai. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Caddie.
Come here.
Everybody. Hi, Nepal. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Severin.
Come here and give me hugs. I require puppy hugs. Mwah. Who's the tiniest little Kleekai ever? Mwah.
Me. But
Yes.
only by technicality.
No, you're itty bitty bitty. You're a good little bitty bitty puppy.
I'm huge. See?
And we love you just the way you are. Boop.
Well, I love you too.
Yay.
Hi, Severin.
Yes, Wild, you are correct. Don Hall. Due to latency, Fopsy was able to answer before you because, well, that's how That's how instant gratification works. When I say something out loud, she says something back to me. It's funny. If I'm planning to talk about stuff, every word's already in my head. Everything is preloaded. I start talking off the cuff randomly. Stuff that you think you say 1,000 times, oh, that'll always escape you. 100% of the time. It is a guarantee you're going to forget an important word about something. But yeah. But since we have grown, let me just edge that out a little bit. There we go. Now none of you have to hide behind the picture.
Yeah, only downside is Nepal's getting the Mike Wazowski treatment.
Not anymore. She's 100% on there now. I fixed it.
Yay.
She's hiding under my paw. I'm petting her, which is kind of cute.
I'm okay with this.
Because
That's with his sweet good girl.
because I forgot to change my PNG before I came on stream tonight, so you're dealing with the same ballerina one I had up last night.
Darn.
Perfect.
It's okay. It's a good one. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
It fits with your outfit now.
Here,
It
thank
does.
you. I try to coordinate. I attempt to be good at this.
Coordinates so well. Look at all that light red.
It's all light red. It's very light red. Meow. Meow to meow. Yeah, I forgot. You forgot, I guess. Yeah, well, I had things I needed to take care of real quick right before stream, including running around the house and closing windows and turning the air conditioner back on for a hot minute. But by the time I'm off stream, it should be adequate enough. I can run back around the house, reopen the windows, and enjoy that 49-degree low tonight and get a good chill in the house. This is the time of the year that is always the hardest temperature-wise, because it'll be almost too cold to leave the windows open overnight. And then right at too warm to be at windows and no air conditioner during the hottest part of the day. Ironically, it did not exceed happy temperature in this house till right before stream. So it was 6:30 p.m.-ish at the point where I was just starting to become uncomfortable. The high was already on its way down. It's just the radiant heat just toasted up too much. 10 degrees below zero. That's a little bit too cold. We do not have that here at the moment. We have 49 Fahrenheit tonight. And tomorrow's high, I think when I checked, was like 82 or something like that. So, kind of relative. It's all going to depend on how hot it feels with company in the house. If we're not hanging out around the computer desk, that also make a bit of a difference, because this part of the house is this room is a lot warmer because we have the two basically space heaters in it. Inside the freezer, I guess. A deep freeze? Yes. Most household freezers would be right in around -1 or -2 Fahrenheit. They're supposed to be gauged right there. Not at just freezing. They're supposed to be at around 0-ish Fahrenheit. At least in the United States. Blast chillers and deep freezes can often be in the -10s or so. And your refrigerator should be a little below 40. Not much below 40. Like 38 to 39 zone. For best food status in refrigeration form. Another reason why anytime I worked food service, I loved excuses why I got to leave the kitchen and go into the walk-in refrigerator. Because like, oh, you want me to go and work in the cooler? oh, it's cold in there. You're going to be okay. I'm like, it's 40 in there, and it's like 80 out here in the main kitchen. Yeah, I'm good right now. I'm a fat man. I'm going to be really happy to go stand in the cold box for a while and chill off. Oh, you need something out of the freezer? Hold on. Let me go ahead. I'll even walk into that room. Good for meat. Yeah, it does keep frozen meat nice and frosty. Good thing for the temperature, though, right now, while we have company and I have grill options outside, I can easily grill like kielbasa or weenies or something out there as an option for companies. And ironically, we still have that giant ass bottle of ketchup in the house that I was supposed to take over to Javi's house. So if he really likes ketchup, he can have ketchup. And then I'll like make meatloaf or something to try and use up some of the ketchup later. So many people have told me all the things they like to do with ketchup. And everything they tell me they want to do, they do with ketchup. I usually do with unflavored tomato sauce or tomato paste. Not sugar vinegar slurry with tomato byproduct squirted into it to make it red. The only thing I actually do with ketchup is meatloaf. And not that I serve the meatloaf with like squirted ketchup on. My meatloaf recipe has ketchup in it as one of the ingredients. And the glaze on top is a barbecue sauce based around ketchup and brown sugar. So that's basically it. That's my ketchup function in my life. Nothing else. We don't eat it on fries. We don't eat it on burgers or weenies or anything like that. We eat it as an ingredient in cooking. But I do have plenty of kielbasa knots in the freezer. I believe there's some regular old hamburgers in the freezer as well, along with plenty of impossible burgers and stuff like that. And worst case scenario, if we want burgers, the Kroger is literally right around the corner. If I look out the back window of the house, I can see it from my house. I can get there and get burger if I need it. I've joked about that often enough that if there weren't houses between me and the Kroger, I could be there in 2 minutes walking. That's how physically close I am to that place. We're grilling steaks tomorrow. I'm grilling strip steaks on Wednesday. I picked up 3 of them at Meijer because they were at a good price. And we had company coming. So I'm being good and I'm doing my usual delish on that. But I hope your steaks are just as tasty there, Wild. You and the Tigglist Kittlist. Speaking of which, since you two have been living together for quite a while now, how's the food situation been? Do you normally share cooking tasks, or does one of you do more of the cooking than the other? And generally, if one of you does cook, do you tend to share whatever it is you've made? Like you just mentioned, you're cooking steaks tomorrow. Do you normally share food now, or do you normally each cook your own thing and just stay to your own corner of the world? Inquiring minds like to know these stupid things. Roommate situations are always interesting. They're always interesting variable setups. Oh, speaking of roommate situations, we did get confirmation. Our room for MFF is confirmed. We usually cook separately. When we do eat together, it's usually eating out. You know, honestly, that's fair. That is 100% fair. Hell, Fopsy and I are married and we don't always eat together from cooking stuff. So that's actually a-okay. That is not a judgment. That was actually more of a curiosity. Eating out, though, that is actually a good thing. The two of you do take the time to go and hit some outing together. Especially when it comes to leftover nights. Fopsy doesn't always want to eat the leftovers, and will maybe make herself a salad or a different kind of a leftover option herself than what I would do. So, yes, even as a married couple, we don't always eat together. And that's actually good. That means we're not forcing everyone to eat the same thing as us. When I lived in York for 3 years, most of the time, the one roommate did usually cook because he liked to cook for the whole house. And that was fine. Some nights when he wasn't cooking, I would cook for the whole house because I'm nice like that. But usually if it was not everyone's around or anything, I'd just make some for me. And go eat by myself. But yeah, nothing wrong with roommates eating separately. Nothing wrong with them eating together, depending on the situation. I definitely will say whenever I was in a roommate situation where there was another roommate that did cooking a lot than me, it was nice sharing the cooking duties to some extent. It meant I knew that it wasn't always my job. It meant those nights there was just food ready for me. And other nights I got to do the cooking, as I am definitely a good cook. And I liked sharing my capabilities with everyone else. Some things made it to that house with me from previous locations, including my first and current favorite wok, which I've had for now, I verified, well over 20 years I've had that wok. It's the bigger of the two that I own. The smaller one's only a little bit smaller and just kind of nests in it barely. I picked that up shortly after we moved into this house. I got it at Target. It's still a nice steel wok, so nothing fancy. 2 handles, really good comfort size, and cooks really nice. I actually really like both my woks. In fact, please feel free to laugh at me for this. I don't mind. When I made the manwich, I did it in my smaller wok. Do you know, it worked so well, honestly.
It's not a really stupid idea, actually.
It's a great pan to brown ground beef into crumbles in, because you can. It loves abuse. It loves you playing with a spatch in it, ginking around with it, spreading the meat around. And even though that's my newer wok and it had less miles of seasoning on it, after I pulled out the meat, I barely had to rinse that thing out, and boom, it was practically sterilized clean. I'm like, holy cow. The beef stuck none. The sauce stuck none. The veggies and stuff we added, perfectly clean. It was great. You like to walk, I see. I walk and whoa. I see a silly lily. Yes, other Babkin, you do see a silly lily. She's right there, being a little pup bun with a shit-eating grin. Right next to a little thunder puppy, who's small.
That checks out.
Yeah, shit-eating grin. I approve of shit-eating grins. But yeah, I need to learn to use my wok and my cast irons more often, because I swear, every time I actually cook in one of those things, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so easy. And then they don't take up room in the dishwasher, but I do have to hand wash them. Another little benefit of the self-employed situation, I don't feel as stressed about taking 5 minutes to go wash a pan or whatever in the evening. I don't feel like I'm wasting my little bit of free time in the day. Okay, we'll take a...
One of the shit-eating grin.
Yeah, okay.
And part 2 of the shit-eating grin.
You go ahead and do yours first. It showed up first.
Can I guess who?
Go ahead.
It's you, isn't it?
Of course. Who else would it be?
You're Vincent, but I don't even know if he's in chat. Alright, Crystal, I'm a good girl right now.
Yes, you are.
All right, silly Lily. I'm a good girl lion. I'm a good girl lion bunny who's here to entertain all of you, and you're a good girl silly Lily bunny puppy, and you're here to make us laugh too. Thunder's a good boy, and Silver's a good girl. And that's how things work.
As if she's here and paying attention.
She probably is. Thunder's paying attention. He got all blushy when I called him a good boy.
I hear everything.
I need to procure Bulldog hot sauce. I do not know that particular hot sauce, but I hope you get some. I do need to get to my Asian Mart soon. I am on my last jar of Korean barbecue, and I love that particular one, and that's where I pick it up. Bulldog is ramen. Okay. I do have an inkling to go try the Aldi system and see what I can buy from there at good prices. And it's right next to where Asian Mart is. So if I have an excuse to go to that area, that's an excuse to go to Asian Mart and to Aldi and get both of those in one stone. If I'm feeling up to it on Thursday, step one of Thursday is mailbox. Go to the post office, mail 2 packages. Step 2, walk around Target because I like walking around Target, and that's in that same parking lot. I want to go to Asian Mart and get that sauce that I need, and head over then to Aldi's before I do the regular grocery shopping and see if I can fill any of my specific needs there first. Because I know how much stuff about costs at both Walmart and Meijer of everything we normally would buy. I pay too damn much attention to that for the last 8+ years here. I'm aware of how much my groceries cost and how much certain things have gone up over the years, but I'm aware of how much they cost on average. So, if I find stuff that I would intentionally buy at Aldi at same or better price, I will try the Aldi variants. If I find things that I would probably buy at reasonable costs at Aldi, I will pick them up. I do know there's one thing I definitely want to get from there if it exists, and that was the pack of frozen lo mein. My sister had left me with one of those when she moved out of the area. And oh my God, that shrimp lo mein pack was de-fecking-licious, and it heated up so easily. Bulldog has 2 hot sauces for ramens, the pink bottle and the 2X spicy sauce. Ooh. Oh, Lana, I'm not... But what is your cute Whittle Babkin with your cute Whittle pink controller? I bet she has a cute little pink controller. I pretty much guarantee it. I don't even have a pink controller, and I know she does. Okay, scratch that. I do have a pink controller for the PS5, but I've only played on it once, so there's that. Oh, good. Thank you for the secure password. We always miss when you give us those.
Mission accomplished.
Good work. When we did pick up our PS5s, me and my sister, from the GameStop, the only requirement was we had to get their subscription service for a year, which I did. And did my best to save back the amount of money as quickly as possible so I didn't feel guilty. But also had to buy a second controller. Since they didn't have the purple ones in stock there, I bought the pink one that day. So we had a pink one and a white one on day 1. And by the end of day 3, we had a purple one as well. So Pops and I each have our own controller, and we have a backup plain white one. But yeah, the pink and purple ones in the snazzy PS5 ones, they're legitimately really good controllers. I do like them. I'll admit though, I've been a fan of the PlayStation controllers since I first got my PS2. Back when that was my first DVD player. I have loved that controller. I love the button layout. I love the stick positions. It was always really comfy for me. And every further iteration of it, I feel they just make minor improvements, but it does slowly get nicer and nicer every zip up to some extent. I can't necessarily say I liked the change up from having mid buttons to having the little touchy pad thing at PS4 onward. But the grips I feel they keep getting better on, and the triggers and the buttons I feel they're really super responsive. I'm a fan of that controller style. My GameCube controller is pink to match my modded GameCube. Oh, how cute. Modded to be Babkin safe. Yeah, did you get the Fisher-Price modifications to it? I like the GameCube. It was a good system. I am annoyed that they underpowered it the way they did, and they basically lock-legged themselves into being less relevant by using those mini discs, because that really hurt Nintendo during that phase. Fighting against both Microsoft and Sony with their full-size DVD storage and higher processing power of the PS2 and the original Xbox, compared to the slower processing power and the micro discs in the GameCube. It was sad, but what are you gonna do? PS2, yes, the face buttons had pressure sensitive face buttons. I'm being tickled. No one paid for that today. Okay, technically I'm owed one. That's fine. You get a free one. Vincent has put in subs that I didn't get tickled for, so fair's fair. Honestly, the GameCube was fun, and it's a power PC. This is fair. The GameCube was fun. I got my GameCube after I had my PS2, though. So if I wanted anything, I was mostly buying the better version on PS2. And I did get a few games here and there for the GameCube, mostly Nintendo specific ones. And more of our GameCube games we own, we didn't buy till after we got a Wii, which is where we ended up playing them. So poor GameCube got so little love from me when it was relevant. Fopsy had one, and we actually moved in both with GameCubes when we moved in together. I think she definitely enjoyed hers way more than I enjoyed mine, just because she had time to do so. I got my MemCard Pro GameCube. No more 59 block cards. Yay! I had an extra big one. I forget the size of it, but it was jumbo size GameCube memory card. I will get that hydrate. I definitely need that.
Wanna know why the GameCube discs were small?
Copyright protection.
And it was for the Babkins of the future, so they can hold the disc.
Cute. But no, it was definitely copyright protection. Nintendo did not want to go to discs because they were fearful that people are going to play copy disc. And someone said you were cahootsing about getting me tickled.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I think it was just coincidence that I came up behind you and tickled your sides. Magic. It's that new super tactile VR stuff.
Puppy's cheek.
He was Pinocchio, his nose would hit the wall over there.
Stand by. I will do an imitation of Thunder post saying all that. All right. There it is. This is Thunder after he said that statement.
Exactly.
Okay.
How very dare you. How very dare you.
Actually, perfect. I am at the perfect rage. I very dare. Because my mouth is right in front of the camera.
I mean, if you ever need to kiss the camera, that's a cheap way of doing it.
I'm a dork. Boop, boop. Back to Tutu.
Looney Tunes physics.
Throws a crowbar. No, don't throw crowbars. GameCube DVDs aren't the best due to laser rot nowadays. How dare. Fortunately, we haven't any rot on any of our discs of any of our old systems as of yet that we know of. So, I'm okay. And I do intend to play more of those types of games on stream. Either like GameCube, Wii U, PS2, PS4, heck, even the PS5. I'm willing to plug in here and play some of that stuff. Might be an actual excuse why I play with the PS5. I know, an excuse that I turned the darn PS5 on. Something's wrong with me. Where ads, be right back. You will survive, unfortunately. Or you can use your Prime sub, or anyone nice persons could give gift subs. All these ways can get rid of all of your ads. Want a break from the ads? Want a break from the ads?
Or if you want to be evil, you get an ad blocker.
Even then, it doesn't always work, but yeah.
True.
I'll be honest.
I only use those on YouTube because YouTube ads are kind of terrifying.
I have ad blocker on, and I still get them on most anyone's stream that I'm not subscribed to, and I'm actually okay with that, to be honest. Most of the time I'm lurking mute anyway, so I'm in it for them more than I am it for me. Or at best, yeah. I'm in it for I have eye candy on my right monitor of whatever critter I see in VR chat on their stream. I mean,
I have my ad blocker turned off for Twitch. I have it turned on for YouTube.
Funny thing is, I specifically have it turned off for YouTube, but I have a good reason for that. I play my own videos all day long on one tab. And I get paid for those ads.
Does it even count for ads if it's you're watching them?
If the ads show up, they count. So, yeah.
I mean, if you use an alternate account or a non-account, that's still...
Yeah. But, yeah, I just let them fly. I queue up like 100 of my videos in a row, and I watch them for at least a couple minutes. Skip down if I'm paying attention. And I get both views and ad revenue from those. You'll survive. I gone diskless for the GameCube, but my drive still works. Well, that is good. YouTube's still earning me about $10 a month in ad revenue, so that's good or bad. But it means about every 10 months I'll get a payout from them. Probably a little bit sooner because it tends to be well over the tenner every month I get from them. More if I do more Minnie Mouse videos. Because, dear God, those bring in the views. Apparently people like Minnie Mouse. Aww. Apparently Gage is sitting on top of the Renamon's lap. How sweet. I'm jelly. I gotta send you pics of my cube. I would like to see that. I do, whenever possible, like to play with my original media when I'm playing games. So that's the biggest reason my Retron is still currently sitting on my desk in case I want to play another one of those games right away. Though, to be fair, since I've been playing something on the PS3 and I think the next thing I'm going to play on is maybe the PS2, I could probably delocate that for a hot minute. I'm happy I know it works. It's ready to roll at any given time. I do need to use something someone did help finance. Spend a stream playing with that. I have still not tested whether or not it'll work. But I will let a little puppy know the night I'm going to play with it so that he can watch if he wants to.
Is it dongle madness?
It's dongle madness.
Yay.
I love the concept that I have to plug in a VCR and plug that into an adapter into my computer and plugs out the yin yang. I got the experience to experience progressive scan as I got the DOL001 with Calico HDMI. I'm guessing that's a thingy for your GameCube.
Could just start speaking babble.
Probably.
Baby babble.
Baby
Baby
babble.
babble.
Yes. Baby babble. I
Just
do.
nod, that way you can pretend you know what they're talking about.
I have the component cable for the GameCube, honestly. Because I got a combo cable for the Wii when we got the flat panel TV. So I have one that I can S-video or component my GameCube or my Wii. Because I have fun issues like that.
Thanks, Viera, for closing that window, because I don't want to collect channel points. Appreciate it.
Aww, silly window closer. Now, the two systems I am most concerned at that I don't think streaming would be as easy with right now will be actually the Wii and the Wii U. And not for any of the normal reasons you would think. At least one of our two signal bars is a little wonky and doesn't respond very well, which means Wii Motion Plus more like Wii Motion Negative. I could always go buy a third-party or replacement sensor bar, or I can go to the retro game store in town and pick one up for next to nothing. these are not like expensive things, more along the lines of I'd have to do something as opposed to having to do nothing. Something is something. We can be done with electron warp, and there's USB sensor bar. Yeah, there are other sensor bar options, because the sensor bar does not actually talk to the Wii. The Wii just, the one that's plugged into it is literally just powered by the Wii. It doesn't communicate. It's just basically sending out boop signals to the Wiimotes to know where it is. In fact, the place where I lived, where I had roommates before Foxy and I moved in together, had a Wii. They got one about a year after I'd moved in there, and pretty much immediately replaced the original sensor bar with a battery operated one, which in no way connects to the Wii. It just sits in front of the TV without a wire, and you turn it on, and it works. Because, like I said, quite literally, the Wii's sensor bar is just basically shouting signals out to the Wiimotes. I'll send you a link to the Electron Warp HDMI for the Wii, which uses component signal. Oh, neat. Thank you. If it's affordable, I might get it. If not, I could always just plug it in with S-Video. I really don't mind that much. My converter works quite well with that. And to be honest, the Wii wasn't much better than S-Video, honestly. She was made for composite. She was not made for HDMI. It does not know what to do with those high-level graphics. And I have all the adapters that I can plug it into my computer already, so I'm kind of set. I got me. Also, I need to fidget, stretch my boom a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I'm able to stretch now as well.
Yay, good girl. So now that we have a few more people in stream, I do want to ask, it's cheap, $24. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. So, who all is interested to see me do Lego building streams coming probably next week? I see multiple hands in the room already. That's a good sign. Even the Babkin who can't move her hands moved her hands for that.
I watched all do it.
Yay!
You.
I am. Yay.
You can watch the do the most boring activity you can think of. I'd still watch.
What?
I still watch you, even if you did the most boring activity you can possibly think of.
Most boring thing that I could think of?
Watching paint dry.
Let me see. It's going to that building I had to go to in high school and translate what the guy up at the Pluppet had to say. That's probably the most boring thing.
I'd still watch you stream.
I wouldn't want to watch me stream at that. That is boring as poots. Heck, the guy I was translating for would fall asleep every frickin' week. I'm sitting there busily trying to translate into sign language, and he can't even stay awake through it. Yay, Jack and Lana want to watch, and Wild. I usually game while I watch anyway. Yay! I sent you a link. Thank you, dear.
I watch too.
Yay!
I mean, I was playing Castle Crashers yesterday while watching you and Nepal.
Awesome. I'm down for this.
Oddly
No
enough,
issues.
Castle Crashers, $8 on Steam right now. It's
Nice.
normally $24.
And it played less than BL2 last night.
Hi, Uncle Caddie. Uncle Ty. Caddie Cakes. Meow. Yes, I'm Caddie Cakes for you. Meow. I love you, Unky Ty. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Would you be interested in watching me do Lego building streams? Like actual Lego building on camera? You get to see my paws playing with my building blocks. I love you too. It's good to see you too. Yay! Yay! And he says yes. Just know that the electron warp needs to be in tight for brighter signals. Okay. Honestly though, I already have an adapter to change the Wii, basically everything into an HDMI signal into my computer. And that little adapter was only like $8. And that covers anything that comes in through component or S-video, or composite or S-video, not component. The only thing I don't have a direct translation for at the moment is component. And frankly, I don't care that much. I might get on VR soon. Mayhaps I hop in with you and your friends. How does Sit work? Sit is good. You are more than welcome. I'm probably not going to be on for much longer. My company is on their way in. I'll refresh and see if that's still where they are. Yeah, they are in Huntington, Indiana, on US 24 at the moment.
Playing with my beans.
But I will keep an eye on them. Oh, right. Fopsy mentioned that. Yee. So once again, especially since now there are more people here, I will not be streaming tomorrow or Wednesday because I have company and I want to be a good entertaining host. Take care of my guests, make sure they are well entertained, well fed, well loved, have a good time while they're here. Then I actually want to spend time with them. So there's that. I get to see your auntie soon. Oh, how lovely. I am so happy, Unky Ty. I hope you two have a good time together. Huntington isn't too far away from here. Yay! Good. Good. Then we'll be invaded soon. Soon. But I am looking forward to a nice, relaxing evening and a good time. Thank you for the uploaded whatever that... I'm assuming that's an image of the thing. Pank. Pank is best color of things. Gotta run here shortly myself. Well, that is A-okay. Little puppy, you need to give me more hugs, because you're a good boy. Even if you're mischievous and play with Fopsies. Love you, little Thunder. You know that?
Love you too, of course.
You're such a good boy. He's a good boy. Thunder's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Such a good boy.
I'm out of options. I guess I am by default.
You are, by default, currently the goodest of boys here. Mwah. Because Silly Lily's a Lily. Babkin Cat's a Babkin. And a Paul's a girl.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I'm a Caddie. I'm Caddie gender.
You are a Caddie.
Caddie.
You're a teacup.
Man.
Paul isn't just
Yes.
a girl. She's a good girl.
She is a good girl.
It's true.
I have a ton of surprises planned. Oh my, a ton of surprises. Oh, Fopsy's there? Well, Fopsy's physically always here. Fopsy's in the kitchen right now.
It's over.
But she's not on stream with me right now. I hear kitchen-y noises, so she's probably cooking something right now. I'm not sure what. This is not a complaint, mind you. I'm not complaining she's making noise. I'm just like saying, yes, I can hear that she's doing something out there, so I could define where she is in relation to my existence.
Making food stuff for the guests.
Or just for herself. She may be hungry. Who knows? Caddie coded. I'm Caddie gender. And I'm okay with this. I am what I am, and that's all what I am. Pank.
Okay, Popeye.
Yeah, that's fair. I deserved that.
figured you were intentionally quoting that.
I was, but I didn't call myself Popeye.
I'm old enough,
As
I
long
know
as-
that reference.
As long as we don't call you Shirley.
I am, and don't call me Shirley. This weekend, we watched Young Frankenstein. Because there were a couple people in our Saturday night group that had never seen it before. I know. Werewolf?
Oh my gosh.
Their wolf. Their castle. Why are you talking like that? I thought you wanted to talk like that. No.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I also got a new Game Boy player shell. Color 2. Purple. Awesome. That is pretty cool. I don't need it for anything, but I actually would legit love to have a GameCube Game Boy player as one of the things I possess. Because I feel that is a really, really cool item to have. Because unlike my Retron 5 playing Game Boy type games, the Retron 5 rips a game as it's about to be played into a ROM file, and you play from a temporarily located ROM file. It deletes it as soon as you pull the game out, so it's not like it's copying or anything. Whereas the GameCube's Game Boy player is just basically a Game Boy Advance that's strapped to the bottom of your GameCube. Kind of like the Super Game Boy was basically the guts of a Game Boy, just with a screen and speakers and buttons attached to it.
Wait, the bottom, is that what that bottom port was for?
One of the things. There was also a network connection port, so you can put in a modem or a network adapter.
I knew about the network adapter. I didn't know that that's where. Okay, cool. Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little shelf. It raises it up by a half an inch or something. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nervous? Yes. First time? No. I've been nervous lots of times. A sedative? A sedative? What were you thinking with a sedative? Retron 5 is Android. Yes, and it is really cool. I love that stupid thing. It is an amazing toy. I am so glad I bought that when I did, years and years ago. I bought that before we moved here to Fort Wayne, so I've had that for probably over a decade. It is so convenient to be able to play all sorts of retro games in one boat off an HDMI cable. All flavors of Game Boy from original up to advance. Famicom, Super Famicom, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and if you got a Master System adapter like you could for the Genesis originally, you can plug one of those in and play that. The Retron company even came out and reprinted one themselves that both does Master System cartridges and the cards. Never bought one, but it does exist. Biggest reason I ever bought one, I have never played a Master System. It is a little bit sub-NES as far as the quality of the game system goes. Just putting that right there. So, not great. And I never played it. I have no nostalgia for those games. So for me, nostalgia collecting only works if I gave a shit about it. If I had played it at friends' houses. If I'd really wanted to play it as a kid and seen it in ads constantly. I'll tell you, some of my Super Nintendo games, some of my Nintendo games are ones that I never got to play, but I'd seen pictures of them and always wanted to. And yeah, those things are amazing. And you go to retro stores that still exist and or conventions with old stacks of Nintendo games. unless it's a really rare game, you can get a lot of kinds of games like that for stupid cheap. I think the most expensive Nintendo game I picked up was Castlevania 3. I think I paid $30 for that. And that was because I legit really liked Castlevania 3. Putting that right the heck out there, I loved that game. That is a hell of a good side-scroller, beat-em-up, Metroidvania masterpiece. It is where that half of the word Metroidvania came from, is those kinds of Castlevania games. The only real difference is non-continuous map. You level by level, but such good control. Beautiful control, lovely 8-bit graphics, prime NES existence, as it were. It was very much the end of the Nintendo, but it showed they'd figure out every way to squeeze out each and every pixel of goodness out of that thing. Oh, Caddie, I can send you a link to a new LAN port. A new LAN port? For what? Like the GameCube or something else? But yeah, go ahead and send me a link. I don't mind. Oof, looks like the one I wanted to send is out of stock. That's okay. I don't need to buy any new toys anyway at the moment. I just probably put it on a wish list. GameCube, I never even bought the LAN adapter for the PlayStation 2. I played the heck out of that system, but I never found a reason to need the LAN adapter for either of them. I own none of the online games for either of those systems. And I had no local LAN co-op games for either of them. So it never really made sense for me to buy that particular adapter.
Where did the LAN port go on the PS2?
On the back.
Where'd that adapter go?
It's actually also the hard drive adapter. On the fat PS2, you pop off that little panel, you slide your ID hard drive in there, and there's a port behind there. It plugs in that, which was both dial-up and Ethernet cable ports, and it had the ID port on the other side. Kind of cool.
And I'm guessing for the PS2 Slim, there was just no option for that?
PS2 Slim had one built in. Oh, the LAN port anyway. Yeah, by then they decided you deserve this. I'm not sure how the hard drive worked on that one if you did want one of those, but I only know of one game that used the hard drive, and that was Final Fantasy XI. Because of all its online play and stuff.
That makes sense.
Did you know the online disc had demos on PS2? No, that's kind of cool. The hard drive is also used for Linux for PS2, but cool, but not needed. Yeah, I'm not going to install Linux on my PS2 just because I can. I really don't see a purpose in that at this time in my life. I have a laptop I run Linux on if I ever want to play with that. Which I haven't mentioned is a cheap-ass HP, thin client book. It's official. That's actually cool. I got it for free, used. And when Windows 10 was trying to do an update, the 64 gig solid-state hard drive was not big enough to run that particular Windows update. No matter how much of Windows I uninstalled and had absolutely nothing on the hard drive, no matter how I tried to finagle it, it wouldn't use the SD card slot as additional space or anything, or an external hard drive or USB stick. On that. Sony did make a kit if you need to sync on a green monitor. That's kind of cool. Sony also had a disk manager program that you could plug in and copy your save games off to a zip disk drive. Kind of cool and actually used it a couple times back when it was relevant. But at some point I did eventually give up my USB zip disk because of extreme lack of use. And even if I am playing on my PS2, the concept of me worrying about saving my save games at this point is 3 systems moot. And any newer Sony system, the 3, the 4, the 5, you can quite literally plug into any USB storage device and copy over onto that. It doesn't care what you're using. It just looks at it as, oh, you have another hard drive? You want to copy shit? Cool, we don't care. Also useful if you do need to expand your hard drive space on any of your PS3 ups. You don't just have to use an internal bay. You can just buy a 10 terabyte external USB spinning disk drive and plug in there, and it doesn't care. iOmega, they shot themselves in the foot with the click disk. Not entirely. They didn't like bank all their money on that, but they were trying to add more options. No one bought in a click disk hardly. They were trying to find ways to make that work because it was a hell of a lot more compact than the zip disks were physically and way more storage space than a regular floppy at the time. The Super Disk had a better chance of working because most people would have a better chance of upgrading their floppy drive from a basic floppy to the Super Disk floppy drive, which would read both Super Disk floppies and regular 3.5-inch floppies. And the Super Disk floppies were 100 megers, just like the zip disks. But zip disk did read nearly hard drive speed. I will give it that. Even on USB at the time, that little biznitch read like a champ. I also wound up getting, by an ordering accident, when I was building a computer for someone, an extra IDE zip drive in the mail. Yeah, an internal zip drive. God damn, that thing reads perfect. That is fast as all get out. At least at the time, for IDE, compared to an IDE hard drive, pretty darn fast read and writes on those things. And you could carry around 100 or 250 gigs with most drive compatibility. Most of my discs were hundos, but the drive I got for free was a 250, and it actually came with one 250 disc. I seen it on LGR Vid. Oh yeah, that thing was definitely on an LGR Vid. I loved that. He plays with so many fun toys. I still feel really bad about him with the hurricane and the tree incident.
He actually just put out an update video today.
Oh, good. I'm assuming his house is definitely in the 100% zone by now.
It's like 95% fixed.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Poor guy, if you didn't see about it, his roof got turned into a hamburger bun by a tree. Or a hot dog bun, just like just sliced right into it. Into his living room was in the upstairs space, the kind of attic zone too. So all his newest crap right there underneath the damage zone. And then water damage from that down into the basement directly below that, which was where most of his retro hardware was stored. That was heartbreaking because he was he is what you would call a preserver. He was doing his best to, for the future, preserve all of this media. Fortunately, he pretty much always, the moment he would get a new floppy or something, or new CD from anything, if he didn't know it was already on a retro backup site, he would immediately rip it. So before he'd even run a video or do anything, that would be like step one is, This came with the Restore CD for a Dell Inspiron 7365 from 1997. All right, we are ripping that and preserving that in case anyone, for some particular reason, wants this particular Restore disc in the future. I'm like, if you, there are people that want to have their thing look exactly like it was when it was born. Hell, I'm half tempted to clean Pepto off and put it back to its original state. Pepto was my e-machine. It was the 4 gigabyte model, and it was pink. Hence the name, because it was Pepto-Bismol pink.
That checks out.
I did immediately change mine over to XP at the time, and I don't regret it because I got a lot of good use out of it as an XP tiny machine that I could carry around with a hella battery life. It is nowhere near powerful. It was convenient to carry with me because it was small on trips. I could still play some games, a lot of retro stuff that I would obviously be using original hardware. In no way, shape, or form. I had a SD card full of ROM files and stuff. I absolutely would not have done that. That would be totally fabricating things.
No, that's a crazy thought.
Totally crazy. He's bald now. Wow. That's a change up. Well, I'm okay with that.
He looks good.
Some people can look good bald. My head's lumpy. I'll probably look weird when I get the rest bald. Hi, Caddie and Company. Hello, Maggie. Welcome in, good girl.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you.
What, lumpy and weird head?
Yep. I shaved my head once and I look like a thumb.
I'm definitely not shaving mine. I like my hair. I'm keeping it till it doesn't exist anymore. I'm just pulling up my my map here. I want to see where Company is. Refresh. Oh, he's almost here. Ooh, Adams Center Road. Coming up on Paul. Oh, yeah, he's just south of us right now. Well, his estimate on 10 is pretty close. Yes, dear?
Our baldness can't look any worse than this.
No, because that's still cute. That's still puppy cute. I'm bald, says Unky Tai. I look like barbecue dad. Yay! You're allowed to be bald, too. I bet you look heckin' cute as a bald one, Unky Tai. Well, it says, hey,
my brother's hair. He was scared of going bald, so he started growing out his hair. He took really good care of it. You should see all the products he had and still has because they're still in my bathroom. Now my hair is just as long as his.
When my hair is dry, it goes lower mid-back. When it is wet, because it is not curly, then it goes down to my butt. Wild saying hi to Maggie. Lana says, gonna play some Saturn. Awesome. Mine is slightly wavy, so that's why. It's just a light wave. But if it gets really humid, it curls more.
Only hair that's long to me is my beard.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
My hair gets rather curly.
Your hair is moderately curlier than mine, because I brush mine in the morning. It looks straight, but I promise underneath the layer, it is wave. And if I get sweaty, the curlies start to show up.
My beard goes all the way to the middle of my chest.
Nice. You're a good little dwarf. I'm going to low jack my target again. Oh, yeah. Officially about on Maple Crest now, so that is literally right next to us.
Blech.
I'm not a dwarf.
Lily, son of Gloyd. Be
I
proud.
asked for this. I asked for this.
You did.
Yeah, you
I
have.
mean, when you talk about your beard, it sounds like you got the beard of a dwarf, and they have pretty big fucking beards.
You're either a dwarf or you're Santa Claus. And unless you got bleached white hair, you're dwarf.
No,
My
he's a
hair
ginger.
will actually go Snow White.
As you get older, yes, but currently, right now, he's a ginger.
You take that back.
You have orange hair. I've seen it.
If my genetics show well, I will probably have darkish brown hair until I'm almost gone, at which point it'll turn black and then silver before barely becoming whitish by the time I'm in my 80.
Lucky.
Huh?
Lucky. Next time I go to get my hair cut, I'm gonna have it dyed.
Aww.
Same.
Because I've got a lot of white hairs.
Aww.
My aunt.
You're still pretty.
Aw.
My
Good
aunt
girl.
said when I get my GED, she would take me to get my hair dyed. And I'm being very complicated about how I want it done. Especially since my brothers have both dyed their hair. My older brother dyed his hair red. My twin dyed his hair black. Me, I'm trying to dye my hair the same color as, or trying to get it damn near close to my OC's hair, which is either black and dark blue or the darkest blue I can find.
Fair. My hair has been so many colors over the year, not from dyeing. So I don't really want to dye my hair just because I would enjoy this ride, see what the heck it does. I was born with like butter blonde ringlets.
Same.
And I very quickly after my first haircut had just plain regular straight ass blonde straight hair through elementary. High school, I got a hint of brown in it, and it got wavy. After a little after college, it went more or less solid brown. In my early 30s, I grew a tinge of the ginge in my minge, and I was moderately ginger. I was redhead for a while, and now I'm a mix of red and brown still.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
What kind of genetic mutation was that?
okay, my dad was born with blonde hair, and his hair went black when he turned a teenager. My mother was born with red hair, like fire engine red, and as soon as she had her first kid, her hair went gray. So I grew up with, I am from like a color change family.
That is just absolutely bonkers, especially your dad going from blonde to black.
Yeah, not dyed. Blonde to black. It just... And I do mean...
It's absolutely crazy to go from the brightest hair, one of the brightest hair colors, to literally the darkest hair color.
And I do mean dark black. He was barely starting to get some silver when I was born.
You're most likely the brown of your hair. You just got the mishmash of all three.
Yep. My sister's a little older than me. She's still not showing any gray, and she's not dyeing it. She was born with fire engine red, and now she has mostly brown.
Okay, question. With your mom and your sister, have they ever had to go under anesthesia?
Yes.
Has it taken more than normal for them?
I don't think so. My sister actually,
Huh.
when I went to the hospital for her, when she got her oven taken out, and we were stuck at the hospital quite a lot longer than they expected for the anesthesia to fully wear off.
Really? She had really?
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, people with red hair, gingers, it takes a lot more anesthesia to actually put them under.
I have a feeling it's more related to general genetics, and that would come down to a higher percentage of redheads would come from Irish descent. Our genetics are my sister and I are only 25% Irish. We are 75% German, 25% Irish, so I will say though, painkillers work fast and hard on me. So, say I take a Tylenol. It'll hit me like a rock now. But they'll say it like lasts for 4 to 6 hours. Oh, that thing lasts 3 at best. But it's on Donkey Kong for that 3 hours. And then all of a sudden at 3 hours end, it's like, nope. Which is why I usually take the children's dose of whatevs. Any pain pills and whatever, I'll take the 1, not the 2. Same thing with Dayquil and NyQuil. I'll take 1 Dayquil, not the pair of pills. And I am cognizant with 1 Dayquil. I am stoned AF with the full adult dose. And body weight means nothing, because that was hit me back when I was over 300. 2 Dayquils would make me woohoo. It's all metabolism, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that stuff don't hardly work.
Fopsy is
There you
buzzing.
My point. That's my point.
Like, I take 800 milligrams for my back, and I have to take like 2 of them to work.
I don't really know because I hardly take medication.
I try to avoid it too. Even if I'm like sore from something, like when I was sore from all the yard work, I didn't want to take pain pills till after I was done. Reason being, if I took a pain pill to make the pain go away and went back on and did more yard work, I didn't fix the pain. I covered the pain up, and then I went back out and did more damage to whatever was causing me pain. So I used the pain as a good signal, as what it was intended for, as, you hurt. Stop doing that, stupid.
Dyeing your hair. I am never dyeing mine because I don't know if I'll get my color back.
Fair.
I have been
My
warned.
hair color
Yay.
is just the right rare ginger color that it'd be dang near impossible to get it back.
I've been warned by my aunt, if I dye my hair blue, when it fades, my hair will turn green.
I've seen enough people who have dyed their hair blue. Yeah, it kind of does.
That's the part that's gonna suck about it.
You first turn kind of aqua, and then you go to, and then maybe like a teal somewhere in there. But yeah, you're going to go green.
You have to either re-dye it or cut it off.
Basically.
Yeah.
I think Dodger did blue for a while. I remember watching her on Co-Optional Podcast having her hair slowly going from blue to teal to aqua to green. And the roots slowly showing out in the process. I stopped watching that after TB passed because it wasn't the same anymore. He was really what drew me to that show. Cancer is evil. How dare it take people like him from us? Such is life.
Yeah.
And I have been announced we do have company, so I will be wrapping up here.
I suppose that's fair.
And I hear the door squeaking, hence it is being opened. We're being fox-vated. There's going to be... We are a double stinky fox in this house now. We are, repeat, double stinky fox in the house. I deserve that, but still.
Yes, you did.
And I minimized my window with that. Meow. Select contents. Twitch. Thank you. Because I want to be a good host, I am going to wrap up here. But it's been fun hanging out with all of you. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. I hope you continue to have a wonderful night. I apologize. I know lately I've been going, instead of like stopping at 11, going till like 11:30, midnight on Mondays. But we'll be back to regular scheduled programming of me probably staying on till stupid o'clock and babbling further and further. I'm sure I'll have fun things to talk about after this week. Hopefully not saying something like I had to climb up on the extension ladder and deal with the tree. But more than likely next Monday, I'm probably going to tell a story about how I had to, on Friday, put up the extension ladder and deal with the tree.
I mean, as long as the tree doesn't have a big giant brown spider in it, you'll be good.
Yeah, see, the problem is where I have to go is like 2 stories up on the extension ladder, and I'll be reaching up to deal with branches with the chainsaw. So, acrobatics.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Fortunately, anything I got to deal with is because it's coming close or touching the roof/chimney. And I can get the extension ladder up to the top of the chimney and happily climb up that high and reach up a little higher even, because chimney good to grab onto. I'm cool with that. I am comfortable with this potential. I'm not happy with this. I am comfortable. Usually Fop's the one that we send up on the ladder, but I'm also the only one who has any skill with the chainsaws, so I'm going to make it me. I've had experience previously, and I have now had experience now with the chainsaw, so I think that'll be the safest answer. All right. I do believe I see a good raid bean on my radar here. So I have a target. We are going to make this happen. Boop. And it's not going to be someone with 1.3 thousand people watching them right now, even though I am watching someone like that. Because sending them 10 people, totally irrelevant. I find that pointless. But I will send you...
Corgi.
Gee, how'd you guess? Open a new tab. I am going to send you off to a sweet little Canadian. Doesn't look like she's ending. She's been on for 2 hours, but it says start game, and she's actually talking, so she's not AFK. That's all that matters. She's actually there. That's what I care about. My rule is I will send to you. You have to be there. Keyboard. Yeah.
Caddie.
Huh?
You're bigger than Corgi.
Physically, yeah. Oh my glorb, she just rated out.
You didn't start your rate thing yet, did you?
I was still typing her name and it failed. And I'm like, wait a minute. I typed 3 letters and all of a sudden she wasn't in the search. What? Like, oh. Oh, she read it out.
Maybe you typed it wrong.
No, I got to 3 letters. I look up and I'd opened her tab already, and it was someone else's name now. So she had rated out and left me with someone else. Fine, we're going to someone else who I know isn't going to run away on me. Because they're doing a subathon. So, yeah. Speaking of which, yes, I do want to do a subathon. Thinking about doing that maybe also next week. So look forward to that. I will set up a list of things. I have a reasoning planned. It's going to be Happy Christmas Subathon. So it is designed to help fund Happy Christmas for me to give things to Fopsy. I may wait a week or so for that, depending on how I think things are going. And I want to make sure some people that I know might want to, enjoy the subathon are going to be able to also participate. But for now, I'm going to send you off to a sweet purple foxy. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. I will see you all again next time. Be good to Vix. And have the funs. Bye. Boop. All right, and unmute.
That's one show I need to see if it's in Popcorn Palace. Wizards.